Hello world, welcome back to Coffee Talk 2. So, just saw the game progress. Yeah, I still got a lot to do. Um, yeah, no, I'm on the correct day. I was sitting here thinking for some reason I miscounted. We're just gonna go ahead and pick right back up. We've mostly just been meeting characters, learned the mechanic of giving people's item, and completely fucking forgot about it. It's like the weather's bad again tonight. Something I gotta talk about. I realize the new fucking T's are on the title of the game, and I'm an idiot. And that's why it's like everything's gonna be related to that now. So I doubt we'll actually be making espresso. Let's hope it doesn't bring bad things. Oh, it's gonna. What's on the news? Supermodel. We got friendly with him. Friends only. Lucas. Stories. Bad traffic. Yeah, I could really use a good cup of tea right now. Well, why don't you stop by? Like, how much? What's another? I also just realized we've had music playing that entire time. Um. 24 hours rainfall really fits, I think, with this. In the drawer, we've got the secret card, the lighter again, and I don't know whose this is. Oh shit, was this Rachel's? I don't remember. I think this is Rachel's. Alright, it doesn't bring bad things. I don't I don't know, I think it's a very nice color scheme. Well, I think it's lacking something. Ah, the couple. It's too dainty. Dainty? What would you like then? Red, black, and purple? That wouldn't be the worst. Dot. Okay then, why not? But you have to commit to it. No take backs this time. Bay? I don't know. Maybe. Let's take a break from the topic. I only have time for a quick drink before I go back to work. And it's not like we're going to decide now anyway. Maybe that's the problem. How are we supposed to plan this wedding if you keep postponing every choice we need to make? Dot. Man, people really want to throw their hearts out. Hey, barista, what do you think? We're having an important conversation about our wedding. I need some advice from a barista. Pale green and dandelion yellow, or red, black, and purple. For a wedding? Not red, black, and purple. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love purple, and I think black goes great with it, but for a wedding? I mean, I guess if they're doing like a more gothic theme, but don't put the barista on the spot. Yeah, don't fucking ask the barista color schemes. No, it's quite alright. It's just that I wouldn't know. This is your wedding. Your opinions matter, not mine. Dot. Dot. Trouble is, we don't know what our opinions are. And when we think we do, we change our mind. It's like the centerpieces. Oh, please, can we not talk about that now? I really thought we agreed on the cute cottagecore ones? I think that's, yeah, cottagecore. The ones you spotted on Tamagotchi. I mean, they were your pick in the first place. They were, but they were also too expensive. We have to be realistic. But weddings in general are expensive, especially when you want to have 200 guests. That's a low blow. I can't just disinvite my extended family. I thought that said dismantle my family. The keyword is extended. Do you even know half these people? That's not the issue. If I invite one of them, I have to invite them all. It's like a domino effect. Besides, they'll be paying for part of the wedding. I still don't think they should. I can pull my weight. If we have to choose, I'd rather we have beautiful things you like. Even if it means we have fewer guests. Well, if my family's not chipping in, we might not be able to afford either. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I don't want our wedding to just be a random meal with a bunch of people we're not even that close to. And I said, I'll make sure we can afford a dream wedding. Or die trying. I don't want you to. Ring, ring. Saved by the bell. Dot, dot, dot. That's work. I really can't linger. I think I'll have that drink now, barista. Of course. What can I give you? Something that will keep me awake. I still have work to do and my head hurts. So I guess strong coffee. I said we probably won't make a coffee, and they're finally asking for a fucking coffee. And with a nice spicy kick, please. Any preference to the spicy kick? No, any strong coffee with spice will do. Got some new recipes. I'm betting we do. It's either going to be coffee, coffee, cinnamon, or coffee, milk, cinnamon. Coffee, coffee, cinnamon. What's this going to make? A jingle beans. I don't know if that's what you want. I don't think that's what I would give you, but I could be wrong. What if I did ginger? Alright, you know what? We're gonna go with the jingle beans. Just because I think it's funny. No idea if this is the right one. I don't think it is. Jingle beans, jingle beans. Here's a jingle beans for the lady. Oh, that's novel. Oh, was that actually correct? Okay. You wanted jingle beans. Thought that was like a Christmas event one. I can feel myself relaxing already. Dot, dot, dot. What? You're weird. That thing doesn't smell relaxing to me at all. Oh yeah, you hate, like, strong drinks, don't you? I think that was, like, one of the key points in the first game was they had opposite drink tastes. You're weird. I guess we're both weird. No, they're happy again. That we are. And my lovely weirdo. My perfect misfit. Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot. This is so much better. It really is. Aww. Have I mentioned I love your smile? Never enough. This guy's just like, ugh, disgusting. I'm going to need something real spicy to wash this down. And I'd love to serve it to you, Hyde. If Bales doesn't want to order, that is. Sorry, didn't hear you come in, Hyde. Yeah, I know. You were too busy doing whatever you were doing. Hey, Hyde. Go ahead, get yourself a drink. I can wait. I'll stick here for a while anyway until Lua properly gets off work. Alright then. Did you hear my barista? Spicy in the name of the game. Any preference on the spice or the base? Nope, just make sure a spicy kick of something, then double it. I mean, you wanted something red. That's what you said last time, was you wanted red-based drinks. So what's this gonna make? That's just a cinnamon hisk. I don't think you'd want that. Zubo. Yeah, we'll give you a Zubo. Uh-oh. I just got an achievement. That scares me. Oh, wait. So, oh. I felt up to the challenge, so try this. If you don't like Hypsis in this, you never will. Let's see if you crack the hide code. ... Well, this is kinda troublesome, barista. You know me a little too well. Ah, so I take it works for you. This is perfectly executed Zobo, if I ever tasted one. Glad to see you've made good use of your ginger resupply. So you knew I couldn't get it right last time. Yeah, he knew it. Forgive an old man his old man jokes. Anyhow, this is the only acceptable way to drink Hypsis. I have no idea if I'm saying that right still. I used to have a friend in Lagos who made me Zobo like this. Every time I visited, she lived near the harbor. We would sit down, drink it, and watch the boats float by. That sounds lovely. She was a good friend. She isn't anymore. When you've got a vampire lifespan, friends come and go. That's sad. You get used to it. Isn't this where you say something about enjoying each moment even more? Or grief being the price you pay for love? I'm afraid it's a lot more mundane than that. Some things you forget. And others you just get better at moving on. Anyhow, speaking of enjoying the moment, your family troubles have sorted themselves out, yes? Still on the marriage track? Yeah, we are. We definitely are. Not getting too bored? Not really. Turns out planning a wedding is, well, suitably entertaining. That's one way of putting it. Can't wait to be at the marriage stage of it, to be honest. ... Could you sound any less enthusiastic? Hey, here they go again. Good to see that some things don't change. And such a dramatic backdrop to go with it. You should start serving popcorn, barista. It'd be more enthusiastic if we didn't fight right about it every single time. ... No, I'm not engaging with this right now. I've got to go to work anyway. Right. And I'm gonna have a drink. Bye, barista. Bye, Hyde. See ya. What can I make for you, Mr. Bate? I think something warm, sweet, comforting, please. A hot chocolate, perhaps? Yes, chocolate with honey and milk could do work. Hot chocolate. Honey and milk. I don't know. Probably want to do milk as the base. Milk, honey, chocolate. That's not it. I don't think. Chocolate, honey, and milk. I bet it's this. Here we go. A chocolate, whatever word that is for you. Perfect. This feels so good. Means a lot that you're always looking out for all of us. Oh, a miserable night like this, it's heartwarming. But of course, you're our valued customers. ... I hope Lua didn't get too soaked. You do care a lot about her. Of course I do. Then why are all the fighting? Dot, dot, dot. You tell me. This wedding is bringing out the worst in us. Since we sorted out the situation with my family. You mean since you cut them off? Yeah, since I stopped talking to their judgmental faces, Lou and I haven't fought about anything. Until now. Every time we try to organize this thing, it's like we become different people. Let me ask you something. Go ahead. What do you want from this wedding? How do you mean? It's not complicated. I'm just asking, what do you want? If you close your eyes and picture the day, what do you see? Honestly, I have no clue. I know Lua is there, but that's about it. That's not a bad start in truth. But if you don't have any specific expectations, why don't you just let her do what she wants? He right. You make it sound so easy. I want her to have what she wants. That's exactly what I've been trying to achieve. I've been picking up on everything she's liking on Tomachill, every wedding picture she's pinning online, all the places she finds cool, all the fashion designers she follows. She deserves to have all that, to have a special day. But every time I make a suggestion, she won't hear him. She says it's too much, too expensive, too this, too that. Is it too much, too expensive? That's not the point. I don't want her to have a shabby wedding just because I'm estranged from my family. I want her to have what she wants, what she deserves, a proper princess wedding. ... You're a remarkably presumptuous young man. Mr. Hyde. No, that's alright. I know Hyde helped Lua back in the day. If he's got something to say, I want to hear it. Good, because I'm gonna say it, whether you like it or not. ... You're sitting here going on about everything Lua should want, as if you could know what's in someone else's heart. Even when you love someone, no, especially when you love someone, you should never presume to know what they need. Lua is the only one who can tell you what Lua wants. But that's exactly the problem. When I ask her, she always says she doesn't know. Then give her time to figure it out. It's not going to help if you pressure her with 1,000 suggestions a minute. Or if you try to force into something sorta princess wedding, just to make you feel good about yourself. ... But what if we take too long that we reach old age, and we're still not married? If you reach old age and you're still together, married or not, I think that counts as a win. And since we're talking about taking some time, you should also use that time to figure out what you want. Otherwise, the best you'll get is a wedding, based on skewed idea of what Lua idea wedding is. Should be, not what is. That sounds pretty sad to me. ... Well, that wasn't pleasant to hear. Bayless. But it also wasn't wrong. Give her time to figure out what I want, huh? Sounds so simple. Should have thought about that before, I guess. You're not bad at this tough love thing, are you, Hyde? Oh, Hyde smirk. Perhaps I should consider a career in couples counseling. That doesn't sound nearly as much fun as modeling. Doesn't it? Modeling gets old after a while. I thought you were having a good time in LA. I was, until I wasn't. I'm moving to Seattle, in fact. I kept my contact with the agency just in case. But there aren't many modeling jobs just to be had here. Really? What are you going to do then? Go back to my mafia dwarf buddies, of course. ... Come on, I'm obviously kidding. Are you? I wouldn't go back to them. I'd go back to being chased by them. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Besides, I checked in on them and everyone I used to find entertaining has retired now. Meanwhile, their grandkids manage the whole enterprise. Like it's some sort of startup. Are we seriously talking about the Mafia right now? Yes. That's for me to know. And for you to wonder about. Dot dot dot. Mr. Hyde likes to play a little. Guilty as charged. I can't help it when I see an earnest face, I have to tease it. I'll take that as a compliment. But also, what's wrong with managing things like a startup? That sounds like a pretty efficient approach, right? Dot dot dot. You young people. Impatience in business like you're impatient in love. Efficiency isn't everything. I have all the time in the world. I don't care if things are done fast. I want them done right. Maybe you should go into slow fashion. Or fine arts if you paint with oils. That'll take some proper time. Fine arts were the first thing I got good at a few centuries ago. But my style isn't trendy nowadays. Too much... that word. Lighting. And putting blue in skin tones isn't novel anymore. Dot dot dot. If you're insinuating that you're Rembrandt... Shh. If my Mafia buddies find out, I'll be in trouble. You're always joking around, Hyde. But for all that you do, don't sugarcoat your advice. You're a pretty good or great listener. I hope you also have people who listen to you. Dot dot dot. I'm moving here to be closer to them. Aww. What was that? Nothing. I believe your phone's ringing. Ah, it's Lua. She's done with work for the day, finally. In a hurry to leave, Mr. Bailey? No, not at all. But I'm looking forward to going home. And keeping bickering? Nah, I don't think so. I've had an epiphany just now. Must be something in the drink. I'm going to leave the topic alone for a little while. Good elf. Enjoy your night then. I think I will. Thanks, Ad. And thanks, Barista. Of course. Have a good night, Mr. Baileys. I'm going to pronounce so many names wrong. I think I've changed his name 4 times in this episode. Mr. Hyde, what was that about the Mafia and modeling and fine arts? Are you generally considering a career change? All I'm considering right now is whether my car got nicked. I know old Georgie said this area is safe, and it's a bit of a pile of junk. But it's a pile of junk with sentimental value. I sense a story. ... It's quite a story indeed, but I'll make it short because it's getting pretty late. I got this car many moons back when Gala was my bodyguard. I had been stuck in Seattle for a while, working day in and day out, and at some point I decided that I need a proper break. But you know Gale. He's a bit stickler to the rules. There was no way I could have a night out in the middle of a big job not on his watch. So you slipped his watch? You know me well, Barista. Some friends and I decided to get together. I was to provide the ride, they provided the entertainment. I did the usual thing. I waited until Gale was sound asleep, then I left a pile of pillows under the duvet, Hyde-shaped, and I snuck out the hotel room. There was only one problem. Gale was my chauffeur as well. He had your car keys. He had my car keys. And I wasn't about to poke the bear wolf. So I went to the nearest dealership and got the cheapest car I could. I only intended to keep it for the night, you see. I'll spare you the details, but my friends and we drove to a lovely spot with a view. For the sort of action which I admit might appear ambiguous from the outside, but to me was very enjoyable indeed. We were right in the thick of it when suddenly we hear a tap on the window. Let me guess, that was Gale. The wolf himself. He peers inside, then he starts banging on the door so hard the whole car is shaking. We all just kind of freeze, and then he says, "How dare you kidnap Mr. Hyde?" Opens the doors and tosses my dates outside. Mr. Hyde, you're not winding me up, are you? Oh, barista, I wish. Just giggling. Sorry, it still sends me into a fit just to think about it. He princess carried me out of the car, if you can believe that. That's a bodyguard if I've ever heard one. Right, truly earned his yearly bonus. I didn't even have the chance to explain the situation. At least not until he removed my gag. ... Gale acted like he was angry, but in reality he was mortified. If not as mortified as my dates, whom I had to pick up out of the grass. Poor Gale. Bartender, I see where your allegiances lies. Personally, I'd say poor me. I never saw those lovely friends again after that fiasco. But I couldn't be angry at Gale even then. In fact, I found his chivalry rather charming. He didn't seem to find my antics quite as charming, though. He had woken up, hadn't found me, and was already suspecting the worst. And that was before he discovered me in a strange car in the middle of nowhere. In a compromising position. I think he was truly terrified on my account. So he stopped talking to me for a few weeks. That doesn't sound unfair. I suppose it wasn't. He also wouldn't give me my keys back. I got stuck with this old thing you can see outside. And the worst of it, if you can believe it, I decided as a grand gesture to chaperone him around it for a while. Really. He stopped sulking really quickly after that. I suspect he wasn't a huge fan of my driving. Anyhow, I decided to keep the car in the end for whatever reason. My car collection has had some serious turnover, but this one isn't going anywhere. I must have replaced everything inside it a dozen times over. And it's very banged up. But I guess I've grown fond of it by now. We're both a little stuck in time, this car and I. ... You're rather more sentimental than I thought, Mr. Hyde. Sentimental, That's what you took away from the story. Heh. But I suppose you're right. Good thing it's only us here. I can plausibly deny this conversation ever took place. Still, the rain has stopped, and this is my cue to go. Before I lose all my remaining cred. I hope the car is safe and sound. So do I. And barista? Yes? Nah, nothing. Have a good night. Good night, Mr. Hyde. Story's really interesting. And safe journey home. Oh, that was day 6. I don't even think we're a quarter of the way through the game progress, although I think we're at least halfway through the days. So hope you enjoyed and see you next time.